everybody. We wanted to take a moment to come in. We've got all kinds of content that's slowly downloading. What we want to bring into attention is the way these psychos try to bring and ooze that I've never seen this horrific before. There's nothing more than oozing pus. It's pus. So watching Taylor Swift is oozing pus. Watching that performance of, I don't even know who that was, except for Katy Perry and that other girl, do that weird ass stuff. That's like a pimple popping and oozing pus. It's like gross. And then Paris Hilton and you in the audience are all cheering and acting like it's positive validation for that. So what we want to bring into awareness is just because someone tells you don't care what people think, and then you manifest yourself by repeatedly saying, I don't care what people think, doesn't mean that you don't care what people think. You actually very much care what people think. And just because some dude on a platform tells you not to care what people think, you in your weird mind of psychosis think that that brings you power and gas to fuel your fame and fortune, which you're not famous for anything more than being crazy. What we have going on is a bunch of infiltrations of getting you to produce content to see what you'll do. And what we saw with Charlie Kirk was what you'll do if you get an opportunity. And then you all come together in a cluster like a wasp nest. And then you lie like fake news media as a collective. You do the pus pocket promotion of what we saw with the MTV Movie Awards, Music Awards. It's very strange that every last one of you had all those people in the background. Like, why did you all have all those people as dancers in the background? Like war soldiers or something, I don't know. And then when when they don't get the emotion that they want off of the pus pocket, such as the girl who screamed about, I'm speaking, which is your sign of what Kamala Harris brings. When she didn't get the reaction, she elevated it into what you saw, which is called brat. And then what they'll do is they'll get in your mind that you didn't do a good enough job mopping the floor. And then you'll say you missed a spot. And try to get you to get elated with anger or frustration. Hence a post or a provocative image of a provocative pose where your hand is unprofessionally located. Or you kiss for the camera. And that's the war. So you're working politics against people's lives so that you can fame blame yourself into what you think is success while you pus pocket provocativeness and try to get people to believe in things that just aren't true. And you're doing it like a wasp nest. So for example, I shared a woman who is supporting the little girl whose father is supporting her to abuse millions of people. And they're like blowing it off as if it's no big deal. So this is the attitude. No big deal. I'm famous. But you're not talented and you're not educated and you're nothing more than a low class. You're very low class with no offerings to assist others. That's the key that you want to pay attention to. Nothing to assist humanity. It's called right fighting. But this is worse than right fighting because you're actually attempting to deteriorate the Constitution and independence of humanity. And you think you're going to affect me? I don't think so, little girl. I'm way too powerful for you. Your confidence isn't real confidence. Your confidence comes from spreading your legs. And that's been played out. You use AI generated music and then you jump off the back of an infant. That's not talent. That's not value content. That shows exactly what kind of person you are, Paris. Now, we already distinguished that they're bad people. So what'll happen is, what they'll do now in the energy of the air, which you cannot see, they'll try to instigate pain into your life somehow. You didn't get the mail and you said you would. You didn't pick up the trash in the bathroom like you said you would. You missed a spot when you mopped. You didn't do a good enough job mopping. Says who? Says a little twat who doesn't even clean her own apartment? Look at how pretty she looks. Says who? I'm so pretty is really what the message that they're telling you. And then they demand that you validate them for their looks, because it's such hard work getting somebody to do their nails, hair, and makeup. So they demand that you appreciate them. We don't appreciate it. We don't want to see date night. That doesn't make any difference in the educational system of children who are being abused while you hold them and abuse them. While you abuse them emotionally, we're watching domestic terrorism of a girl with dreads who is attempting to bombard Charlie Kirk with lies that she won some debate, when all she did was say, nuh-uh, 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 uh-uh. What do you mean, uh-uh? What? No, uh-uh. That's all she said. Well, I don't know what she did as vice president. This is what I really want you to kind of get into and knowledge. Well, what did she do as vice president? Well, vice president really doesn't do much. Really? No, this particular vice president doesn't do much. She's the border czar. So everything that they're hiding is actual facts of what she hasn't done or what she's done to deteriorate society with a bunch of millennials who are from college, who have no education, who are irrelevant, who compete with Hollywood, who are also irrelevant, because look at your content of what you're producing in the form of a movie. Here comes the 100 push-ups that I need to do later. That's how ridiculous you are. I live in a free country, and if I want to do push-ups, if I want to mop the floor that way, I'll mop the floor that way. Understand that? And you'll understand the game of Monavand. It's not cute to wear wet head and go to a fancy party, but they made it cute because they are boyfriends and husbands told them it looked good. Because they tried to copy off a video I made where my hair was wet, and they were like, wow, that looks good. Really? You missed the whole message of the entire video. How shallow can you be? Just be. No, actually, that is not how to be. You're pretending. You're just pretending, and your buildings are collapsing, and you can see it all over your faces, Kim Kardashian. That's the crazy part, because you're all looking crazy as hell. You're all just being by pretending. So that technically is a simulation of existence and a life that is not worth living. Your lives are not worth living, influencer children. It's very challenging to get across these mentally ill people, how they're abusing all of us. They have no feeling about it.